Canal Place Preservation.
Great.
For the Canal Place Preservation and Development Authority. So welcome everyone. Let's go through the minutes again. Do we have any questions or comments about the minutes of September 24th, 2024?
So moved.
I swear to God, okay. Do I have a second?
Awesome.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, then the minutes are approved as submitted. The financials, Nicole.
So the financials, will start with the revenue from September, October, November, December. All the tenants are current through December. We have received over $142,000 in grants, mostly MHAA, but also an Appalachian Forest National Heritage Area grant. We have not yet received the payment from the Fairfield. We have been in discussion with them and they are to be submitting soon, was the word, but we have not seen anything yet. And that basically covers the financial. Oh, we have gotten so far through December, $19,959 in parking revenue. So that's nice. As far as the expenses, you'll see that we do have one position that is partially being funded by the general fund, and that's indicated in blue. At the top of the front page, we've also had to pay over the past 4 months about $41,000 in state expenses. The largest one being our legal counsel bill, but that also is covering insurance, ADC, which is the Annapolis Data Center, and SBS system payments. Other than that, we did have a slight increase for building and household over that 4-month period. Part of that was some customization we had to do as far as getting electric poles working for the celebration of lights and supplies that we got for the celebration of lights. Otherwise, outside of our normal general fund, special fund, we have spent an incredible amount of money seemingly to Ecologics for their portion of the river park. And that's all I've got to say.
Do I have a motion to approve the financials as reported?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Dee Dee, you're our executive director.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to cover anything to do with River Park and the heritage area under old business. Again, attended the PACE reception. The Maryland Heritage Area Coalition's had 13 heritage areas. We had a display set up at the reception this year in order to try to gain support for legislation that the Washington County delegation has put in to increase Maryland Heritage Area funding up to $12 million. That's $6 million right now, and to increase our management grant monies from $100,000 to $300,000. So that legislation has been submitted. There's also information on in there to change match and things like that. So we're hoping everybody supports that. I'm on a call tomorrow with the Western Maryland delegation to talk about that bill. Been working on, my gosh, grants right and left, the ARC grants, Maryland Heritage Area grants. We just put in for a $500,000 Ready to Grow grant, it's called, and that money, if we get it, will be over a 3-year period, and it's for improving community initiatives in all of Allegheny County. So we're hoping, we're really hoping that we get that grant. I have budget testimony February 13th in Annapolis for Senate and House. We're in the middle of a legislative audit right now from the state of Maryland, and I'm working on our annual audits as well. Attended the Allegheny County Chamber of Commerce, their State of the County meeting, pre-legislative breakfast and annual meeting, and was asked to participate. The Allegheny County Tourism is rebranding, so part of that committee. I attend Carver Center had a meeting, attended that. City has a wayfinding meeting going on, and also a comprehensive plan update. So I've been talking to the consultants, and a lot of great things happening in the city. So I'll just cover everything else under old business.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Judy. And I thought that having the central heritage area display down at Cape was really effective. I thought that was great. Very good.
Thank you.
The National Park Service report. Yes, Chris.
Beth,
Sorry.
I just wanted to compliment you on the Heritage of Lakes. That was a really neat event down to the city. I thought it was really well attended. Just got a great vibe to it. Thank you. For the show.
Next year, we're going to try to do everything at the same time. There was just too many things going on this winter or fall, I guess it was. So hopefully that'll all.
Good problem. There's so many local, it's just more confusing when everything was, so.
Yeah.
Brad, thank you for the feedback.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Stuart.
Okay, Chris.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So back resurface area. So spring gap. So they've done the spring gap area. But
Good. And when would that be completed, you were saying?
I believe it is.
Where they can find the towpath?
Yeah. So I know
Okay, excellent.
we had a coordination letter for but so we haven't heard.
Well, I will explain why in a couple minutes.
Okay, I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that.
Oh, well, we'll let you know.
Anything else, Chris?
No, that's all.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, old business now, Steve.
Okay, there's a lot going on with the River Park, and it's all good. Chris, the reason you haven't heard from us is because we finally got the Army Corps' response to the preliminary report. So that report didn't actually get finalized until the beginning of January. Which is a year overdue. We waited that long from the Army Corps, and from what I understand, they must be really backed up. So I'm not sure what that's going to mean to the River Park project in the upcoming years. We're just going to cross our fingers with that. So yeah, we also received a report from NDE, and I will get hold of everybody. So Ecologics has been helping us write some grants. They did a lot of work to get into capital budget. I mean, you have no idea what all they went through. So we finally got that approved, and we also, to go hand in hand with that, is what's called a facilities program management plan. And that all has to be approved by the Department of Budget Management. That took a while to get in. And that was just for the land-based amenities of the River Park. We haven't even begun putting for capital budget for the dam removal. The other things that are going on, we found out in September that we had to install what are called water loggers into the river in order to once you take down the dam and with what all we want to do in the river. The way it wants to. So these water loggers are just that, they're gonna be probably, I'm gonna say 10 of them, and they're gonna be installed above the dam, below the dam, and have to go into Little Creek. Those water loggers are gonna measure more, well, accurately the flow of the river all year long. You can't just go by the river gauges that are in. So they're gonna be installed, and then they have to be monitored. And so what we wanna do, we have some money left over, and again, Mayor, I appreciate you letting us have BOD.
My engineering department, person of the year.
Yeah, the persons of the year. BOD is gonna amend the existing preliminary engineering report that we have with CEC because we have enough money, left over the city put in, county put in money. And we need to get those water loggers in because again, they have to be in for a year. So we can't even begin to put out like the request for proposal for the dam improvement, so all that. And they have to be monitored monthly and the body is talking about that.
They told me they were doing it.
Yeah,
He told me they were putting.
yeah. Well, we're waiting for what that price tag's gonna be, by the end of the week. Additionally, we weren't happy with the proposal from Maryland Environmental Service about the sediment testing. It came out to be, amount of money that what they pay and just for project management. It wasn't even to do the sediment testing, so that's going back up to bid. So that's kind of going to be a little bit of a holdup when we do that. We did just Allegheny County gave us their ARC grant that they weren't using. I think it's a total of $750,000 to help pay for the request for proposal, which is out right now for the land-based amenities of the river park. That RFP, there's a pre-bid meeting tomorrow, and we're hoping to award the bid in March. And again, that's just for trails, the trail connection, parking lot, scenic overlook, and things like that. So we anticipate once we award the bid that that's probably going to be an 8 to 10 month project because of all the permitting that's necessary.
But that's independent of anything that goes on inside the river. So that part of that project can move forward regardless.
Yeah, that part, yeah.
If-
That gives people access to the river. Well, not really. Not really at this point, because anything to deal with the access, that's a whole, that's a whole nother ball of wax. So no.
Well, I looked at that, that was like a trail from Kelly Road and some other things.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It was a trail.
It was supporting stuff.
Yeah, it was a loop trail that'll go down the river. Loop around to West Virginia and back there, it's like a 3 mile loop. The other part of that is, whoever, what people that might case might have heard about the rewatering project is again, we're not, that's you guys, I know, but that's moving forward. And we're hoping all this goes hand in hand so we don't have to tear things up twice.
The park had growth concerns to know, and they reached out to the city.
Yeah.
But back to the RFP for the trail. It'd be nice for that meeting could happen before then, so that NHD could have help to determine what's feasible before it.
Well, the MHT concerns were all to do with the dam removal, nothing to do.
Oh no, there's.
Well, I didn't see anything.
And then, it was in. But yeah, they have.
Well, when whoever is awarded the bid, all in that package is doing the memorandums of understanding, doing the permitting, doing all that. I know there needs to be, a NEPA.
Yeah.
That NEPA review needs to be done.
But,
And, yeah, the state highway, at least originally told us they were gonna take that on. We have a meeting with them Thursday to kind of nail all that down.
is that was. But yeah, it's just if design goes too fast and then turn based on that.
Yeah, well, that makes the big part of this package, so that's why it's gonna take so long. It's gonna be all the permits.
What are you looking for? 30%? Especially for the park.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there a permit required for people to go in the water?
No, and, should be Cumberland has a- So you can, and I've seen people just walk out. So all that's happening, Ecologics is gonna be writing a grant for the NOAA grant to start the dam removal process too, and get funding for the RFP. And again, all those things mentioned will be addressed. That'll be in the- So everything's kind of moving along. I'm happy with the progress, considering how many delays we've had. So are there any questions for business? Okay, we do have to do the list. We just provided the most of the detail that the consultants needed to start drafting the plan. And we're hoping that, I mean, this will all be approved by July 1st. But once the draft is, written up, we'll send it around for everybody to get that home. You have to have a public meeting, Heritage Area Authority has to approve. Comprehensive plans have to be updated. So. That's what we're gonna do. Well, I can start it out. There's gonna be some changes, into the board for Canal Place. For those that don't know, Jeremy Bender sent in his letter of resignation effective immediately that he didn't have time to be on the board anymore. So we appreciate his time and the support and everything that he gave us. So that letter, came out a couple weeks ago. And that's a position that has to be appointed by the governor. Committee, so, the governor's office is aware of that. And we'll be working, anybody that will want to apply to that position, go on the governor's website under that green bag appointment, maybe sign up for it. I can't hear. Okay.
So let me ask you a question, that sounds silly coming from me, but is it etiquette or protocol for this body to make a recommendation who wants to be in this or not?
Well, you can make a recommendation.
I mean, officially, like
Yes.
you say, we would like to have,
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So you can do that and, send
They
that.
have to apply.
Yeah, they have to apply. I mean, that's what we used to do.
Right.
But, and then I understand, there's a possibility that Al Feldstein is gonna drop off, of the MHT board, so they'll be appointing somebody to fill his spot.
And that's specifically their spot.
Yeah, there's nothing that we can, yeah. So, I mean, was upset to hear that, because Al brought a lot, my God, he's so full of history and knowledge, and just supportive of everything that we did and we do. But then, I'm gonna give Janice the floor right now so she can make an
So,
announcement.
well, in anticipation, we've been really looking forward to the expansion of the heritage area. And I firmly believe and I know a lot of folks share this perspective, that the heritage area expansion will be another part of the story of economic development of this region. Will complement the river park, I think, in so many ways, because it will be a way to draw more people here, but also to bring in more folks under the umbrella of the heritage area. And there are a lot of areas, and Georges Creek, Weston Fort, Flintstone, Old Town, Mount Savage, that have these wonderful resources that aren't really being preserved because they don't have enough money, and they aren't being shown because, again, there's not enough money. And so I'm hoping to help a lot of these organizations and folks to understand what the expansion of the heritage area can mean for them, and also the grant opportunities. And I'll give Mount Savage as an example. Mount Savage, many of you may be aware, used to have an Iron Rail Day every fall. And that's something that this past year, it just fell off the radar. Now, why did that happen? Well, we all know what can happen is that you have people in a community that are trying to support something, and then they may age out, or other things may happen. They don't have enough money. They can't get enough docents. And then the next thing you know, those resources aren't being protected either, because there's no momentum behind keeping them preserved. And so we want to be able to show folks that are coming under the heritage area umbrella what they can do, and the funding that's available, and how to go after that funding, what grants may be available to them. So that's something that's near and dear to my heart. But also I felt there was a conflict of interest once the Evergreen Heritage Center will be under this umbrella, which Dee Dee was telling me the time frame this spring. And I didn't want to have the board, the Canal Place Authority, in an awkward position relative to any conflict of interest issues. So I'm stepping down from the position as board chair and off the board as well, most likely. So that's where we are. And I just want to thank all of you. It's hard for me to believe that I came on the board 12 years ago. I mean, that's difficult to believe. I'm not that old. How did that happen? And have been board chair for the last several years. So it's been an honor and a privilege to be part of this group. And I wish everyone the best, because I think that you have an important role here, particularly in the times that we're in right now with the river park and the expansion of the heritage area. So I'm hoping that all good things will happen, and I'm hoping that I'll have the opportunity to work with all of you going forward. I'll just be wearing a different hat, not like the one I have on today, but yes. So anyway, that's part of what we wanted to tell you relative to board changes and updates. Anybody have any questions or anything before we go on to?
That'll be a while.
Well, one of the things that will happen is that everything has to go through approval and voting and all of that with regard to the new chair. So I will stay in this role until that happens. And so that's, but we don't want to blindside anybody. So wanted you to know what was happening. We were hoping we'd be able to announce today, but we can't. So we're partially announcing, so that it's not coming as a surprise to anybody, and so that you can understand why it's happening. And Dee Dee and I have had many conversations about this, trying to figure out the right thing to do and the timing for it. So, you know, if you have any questions, please let me know. I mean, we're trying to do this too, so that it's as seamless as possible relative to everything that's going on at Canal. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you again, Dee Dee. You want to go ahead?
Well, and we want to thank you too. My gosh, you've
Oh.
gone above board, 70 times for this, and we all appreciate that.
Well, thank you. I believe in what we're trying to do. And I really believe that the authority has made and will make a difference. And people may not realize that now, but after the river park is in place and the heritage area is expanded, then I think a lot of them will really see that it's been worth the fight. And we know when we started out, there was a lot of opposition several years ago, and that has turned around. So that's a wonderful thing. Oh my goodness. It's the man in charge here.
Wow.
Video thing that.
Yes, it is. As Robin Summerfield just entered the room, everyone.
Oh,
Okay.
Janice just announced her resignation. Just,
Yes.
we missed all that.
Well, sorry to take away from the drama, but.
No,
Oh, no.
no marching band, no, none of that. So we're just.
That could be later.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we got time.
All right. You already gave a heritage area.
Well,
thing.
I just wanted to, I did, but the Maryland Heritage Area project grants are open now too. The non-capital, $50,000, and capital, $100,000. The intent to apply for those grants were due yesterday, but if somebody had a project in the heritage area, I'm sure we could, add that. The project grants are due March 3rd. And also I had referenced the new legislation that Washington County delegation had submitted, and there's talking points of why we want to do that. In your packet of information. If you want me to, Kim, you want to talk about the mini grant, because I need board approval for that.
That, I will have a question about that before you get started. That I didn't know there was such a thing as a certified autism center. I didn't either. Okay. Be able to, work with.
Spring?
Oh, yeah, you say that.
Yeah.
Scenic railroad.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I remember reading about that. Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah. So do we need a motion to put it out for discussion? Okay. Do I have a motion to, vote on the acceptance of the, mini grant request? Second, okay, very good. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, then it's approved.
And I want to put on the record that Al Feldstein, sent me an email, said he would approve the project as well.
I think it may also be something, in our feedback to Allegheny Museum, that if they want to pass on the information about this, about what organizations can do, I think that would be very helpful, because a lot of organizations may want to do it. If they knew that that was something that was feasible and was process. Okay, very good. Do we have any, public comment before we go into, closed session?
Barb, it's great to see you.
That's fine. Good to see you.
Thank you for your service here, and
Oh, well, you're welcome.
look forward to your continued service in other ways.
Hopefully so, yes. Yes, very good.
I'll keep myself thankful.
Well, thanks for-
Okay.
thanks-
Thank
thanks
you,
for-
Ron.
Thanks for coming in, Rob.
Yeah.
Next time, it's very fun.
Good to see
I'll
you.
be calling you.
I'll talk to you later.
I'll be talking to you. I'll be talking to you. Over here.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
All right, thank you very
Okay,
much.
thanks.
So we didn't have any questions? Because I thought if you CDC was on there, I guess they just did. Okay. All right, so, first we have to close open
Yeah.
session.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay. So closed session, back in open. We are back in, open session. So do we have a motion to close open session? Do we have a second? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, meeting is adjourned, and it's, 2:35.
See all that.
Oh, it's.
Longer than that.